Hey guys, welcome to the next video. This video is actually going to be a review video of a game that I was recording. I got a little bit upset, so I just stopped recording. But I eventually won the game, and I just want to go over some things about like how I'm supposed to win, win cons, what I'm looking to do, mistakes of your teammates and stuff. And we're just gonna like VOD review it. Should be pretty quick and easy. Should be pretty informative as well about the simple stuff that maybe some people don't look at. I'm playing Nico versus Ari. Nico is a humongous bully, and I think she's a bit underrated because she has a extremely long snare. She can punish people very badly. Obviously, with Nico, I start W because the third hit auto attack is pretty nice for harassing. I'm just going to speed it up until laning phase. Ari, I think, can beat Nico, especially once she is level 6, because it will be much easier to dodge out the Nico ulti. Of course, if Ari gets hit by an empowered version of my E, she can always die because the snare lasts long enough that you can just land the Pop Blossom. But yeah, the game was going pretty well, and then we threw a couple times, but eventually won it in the end. So during the laning phase, during the very beginning, Ari is probably going to have Q or W. I obviously have W. She's looking here because she walked up towards me, because she was walking like past the creep. So I already know that she's looking for me. I'm already on two, like I'm really close to stacking this because I just autoed a creep. So it's going to be this auto and then another auto. So I just auto her here and then step forward. I try to sidestep because I feel like she's going to throw out her Q, because what would I do inside of her instance? Am I reaction speeding it? No. It's more so that I know that she's probably going to cast it almost instantaneously after autoing me, because that's what the most optimal thing you can do as Ari would be. So I just sidestepped it, get a nice empowered auto attack off that chunks her, and then one more auto attack to proc electrocute back as well. So, I would say that was a bit favorable for us. We have more kill threat than her during the early game as well. So I just go back to shoving. I might look for some more third hit auto attacks. Like you can see, I'm stepping up here. I'm trying to force her to use her Q on me, because when she uses her Q, that puts it on cooldown, and then there's 6 seconds where she can't do anything. So like you can see, I'm going for these creeps here, and then I step up towards her, because I know that if I start trading right now, her Q is still going to be on cooldown, which is for like most champions in the game. You know, if it's Cinder or something, maybe the Q will be so low that you can, if you go for it, you're going to get harassed back. But inside this case, you can see that her Q was unable to do anything versus me, and I got a really good trade-off, right? So I'm going to just basically keep on doing this. I'll make it so we don't see vision control, but Xin Zhao invades my Nidalee here. And eventually I will just go rotate to it, because I figured maybe I can help. Nothing really happened from it, unfortunately. Use Q there when she was stepping up for the creep. Not going to go into the super micro-oriented stuff this video. So you can see he's fighting, so I just started rotating over because I was a bit nervous. Unfortunately, I don't have snare or anything, so I just hit him with the Q and then immediately backed off. Also, this is pretty bad for me because the wave is actually slow pushing towards her, so I immediately left to go back mid, and I get minion blocked here. I'm actually clicking to go this way, and for some reason it passed me around. Not sure why, but Riot Games, I guess. Hit a Q here. She hit me with Charm plus Q, but that's fine. I still got an auto attack and Q trade off. This guy comes for me, but it's not really that big of a deal. Ari's taking a lot of damage from this, and she actually has no more corrupting potions, so I have corrupting potions still going off. I have 2 of them actually going off, and she had none. So we traded her really hard, and we know that she has no corrupting potion stack left. She's sitting at about 130 HP. What you should be thinking about inside any case, whatever champion you're playing, if you have Ignite, is do I have kill threat? What is the kill threat like damage that I need? And I knew that basically if I landed basically one more hit, I would probably be able to get her. So right there, I landed my Q, and then I immediately flash auto Ignite and backed off, because I knew that the damage would just barely kill her. So got first blood off of that. She tried to charm backwards, but it didn't really work. And I went for the auto attack more than a Q, just because you can't flash it. You can't flash the auto attack. Even if she used her flash there, she wouldn't have survived. So we got first blood, and then there's this weird fight going on down here where like they're invading, but their mid lane just died, so this was just really bad by them. Alistar gets a pretty good 3-man pulverize. I have to kill this guy that jumps on me, get red buff from it. And then we slowly chase these guys out and eventually kill them. It's not really that entertaining. I just played kind of far back because I didn't want to die, but we eventually get them. And then I actually head back mid, even though I'm low HP, because the wave is so big to the point that it's probably worth me just being in the lane still, so I at least get some of this experience and stuff. And I wanted the lane to be shoved out, or I wanted help. So I pinged for assistance here, hoping that somebody would come help me, either gank this guy or shove out. She will most likely play aggressive on me because not only does she have flash and ignite advantage, but I also have no corrupting potion, so she actually has a huge lead in like just survivability in lane. Luckily, I land a good snare on her and then walk straight into a charm and kill myself. Obviously, if I used my W, maybe I could have survived. W doesn't actually block skill shots until it like spawns or whatever, but it's weird. Skill shots sometimes go through Neeko W, but I died there. That was a mistake by me. Obviously, I shouldn't have died there. I should have just backed off. So, my bad on that. It's fine. Nearly shoved in the wave all the way, right? And fixed my wave. Zin's out. Does he take it or does he freeze it? I don't remember, actually. But anyways, we go back to lane. I transform into Alistar because he gives better movement speed than Neeko does. And then I just go back to laning phase. I don't think much else happens during laning phase exactly. I mean, I try to poke her down. Also, she has a whole entire level on me because she got that big wave and I died. So, Nidalee took the CS, which was good. She got a big lead from it and stuff, but now I'm behind mid. That's fine. I'm playing kind of far back. Whenever she uses Charm plus Q, it's not really as scary, but I'm not going to be looking for trades except for like long-range Qs or E's like that. Whenever she's stepping up, I'm looking for E. If it lands, I can press Q, get a good chunk off. Otherwise, it's a little bit scary to ever step up versus her. Right there, landed decent Q. If you did not know, landing a Q on somebody with all the stacks, it's a 0.6 ratio plus 20 plus 20 for each pop, so it's actually a 0.9 ratio. Yeah, I mean, 0.9 ratio is a pretty strong ratio on someone. Obviously, someone's not going to just stand inside of it unless they're either hit by your pop blossom or your snare, but still. I'm sure you can understand that Neeko actually deals quite a bit of damage, and one of the biggest things why she hasn't played as often is because she is, I think, a little bit punishable because she doesn't have gap closer. Mobility creep definitely is a big deal inside of the game. A little bit telegraphed with her harassing. I think it's pretty easy to actually dodge her E if you're pretty fast mechanically. So there's an invade going on down here, but I think nothing comes of it. I didn't want to rotate to it because Ahri is 6 and I'm not. I'm pretty sure I pinged danger, possibly, or maybe not. But I just immediately did not want to go in because Ahri is 6. I'm not 6. Me not being 6 is a big deal. I finally reached 6. Also, I am somewhat low on mana because I'm spamming my abilities. I do have one corrupting potion stack, but I'm worried that something is going to happen over here, so I just put down some vision control, and then I just immediately rotate back mid. I will eventually want to reset just because, you know, I'm somewhat chunked, so right there, land that, I get charmed, but okay, this was kind of a weird trade. I didn't know that she was actually so low on mana. This is something that you should be paying attention to. Inside this case, I actually was not paying attention enough. Let me go back and just explain something. So we go slow it down a little bit. She has 205 mana. This costs 100 mana. Most ultis cost 100 mana. You can see this costs 100 mana as well. Not sure if there's somebody else I can look at. This costs 100 mana. I'm sure you can see a trend. Some champions obviously cost more and less, but for the most case, most ultis cost about 100 mana. So when she actually used everything on me here, she actually did not have enough mana because her charm actually put her, charm plus Q put her way beneath. Even if she just ultis here, I don't know if she can actually kill me. But she uses her Q, which puts her extremely low. And then I actually was just about to get enough mana because I have corrupting potion ticking. So I actually just use it here and she would die, so she has to flash, which is good for me. Was it clean or intentional or like good? Probably not, but it's something that you should be thinking about inside your games, and it's not that difficult to think about. I should have killed her right here, but I'm just terrible at playing Neeko. This is my second Neeko game in actual months, and maybe I'll play her a bit more. She is pretty good at actually carrying, depending on what she's versing. I played it versus a Ryze, just completely stomped him, because she is a humongous lane bully. And as you can see, I mean, I almost killed her there, and I didn't even really hit that much abilities, so I immediately run away. I tried shoving in the wave all the way, but I don't think I got it. Then I just head back mid. My team's doing Rift here. I just look for a little bit of harassing. Right there, I was actually scared of the charm because of last time I got hit by the charm, so I actually waited for the Q, but she didn't even throw it out at me, so who knows. If I do land Pop Blossom, and we know that she has no flash now, remember, you should always be thinking about the flash. You don't need an exact timer, but we know that it's going to be down for quite a while, so I have flash advantage on this guy. I just run back mid, try to land it, just barely land it, get another good Q off, humongous chunk on her right. Chunking the crap out of this guy. And then she immediately ulties. Immediately when somebody's ulting at you, basically you should just run 90 degrees a different direction. Because you just need to think about what the enemy is going to do. And it's not that complicated. Obviously experience matters and stuff, but if you know what a champion is going to do, if Rumble flashes at me, he's probably going to throw out an ulti or an E at me. In this case, what is she immediately going to do? Probably a charm. Right? I mean, if you were Ahri, what would you do? You'd probably throw out a charm. So I immediately ran 90 degrees, or almost 90 degrees upwards, because running in a straight line downwards would probably mean death. So she actually missed the charm because of that. And then I turned around and started fighting her, because now without charm, I'm still pretty healthy. I think I have corrupting potion that I don't use, which I probably don't. Oh no, I actually do use it. But I missed that, but that's fine. It's whatever. Because she used her second dash here, she has one dash left. So I actually used my Pop Blossom here. And then I didn't know if it was going to land, so I flashed. Probably didn't need to. But, you know, she has no flash, so that's the reason why I went in. Some of the stuff is not going to be completely clean, but I still have a reason for using it. So we got a kill on that guy. Didn't even need Nidalee there, but she was just there anyways. I still would have survived. So you can see that I was able to punish the mistake of the ulti forward and get a kill from that. So I am pretty fed this game. I'm 5-1, doing pretty good. Don't really have that many Dark Seal stacks, only have 2, but that's fine. That guy looked for charm there, wasn't able to land it. I don't think much else happens here for a bit, so that's why I'm kind of speeding it up. I just do a little bit more of like trying to harass her when she goes for CS and when she doesn't have things, but she plays kind of far back. I land 1 Q there, just slowly landing Qs. You can see my CS is not that bad this game, 75. Like compared to hers, definitely not like best. Our top lane is 0-4, bot lane is pretty even, has a little bit of a deficit. Xin Zhao is kind of just even-ish. Nidalee's just fed from some other people, but he's not really doing that bad himself. I prep the back wave so my Q kills them, just makes it a bit easier. I'm trying to not use E plus Q on the wave, make it so you use just a little bit of mana on the wave. You don't want to use EQ every single wave, you're just gonna go right? Run out of mana. Out of mana, that's what means. So we saw Leona was around here. I was rotating over, didn't see her, put down some better vision control. Leona was here, I just back off. Ahri was here. I was trying to rotate over to see if I could help this guy, but there was no way. I was just not in range, so. Still looking for more E's. Okay, so when there's a lot of pings going on, and also you just see people like kind of crowding inside of a lane. You can see Nidalee's inside this brush, Alistair's like running and stuff, and like everybody's opening up. We just shoved in mid, so immediately I just start rotating to wherever the fight might be. Just make sure that you're doing that inside of your games. If you do this and do rotate quicker than the opponent, it's going to really help your games. Of course, if I was inside of Ahri's position, I might even just give up this wave and immediately head bot just because it might be a little bit too risky, or I'd immediately be spamming back pings for my bot lane to back off because it would be really risky that they could die. TP comes out. I think that I actually failed this, where like I wanted to go in. This was a really awkward scenario. So basically, I wanted to go on Xin Zhao here because he was just face checking the brush, and we have these two people here. So I figured that if he just walks into me when I have Pop Blossom plus Ignite, we would just one-shot him. But then my team was going in at the same time, and it made it really weird when I walked back in here where he's going in and I'm going in at the same time because we're both doing two separate things. So then it made it, really, really, really awkward. Where like now I'm running in and he was typing in game saying like, I'm done with this game, I'm so tilted from that, whatever. So, the Rumble ulti was actually pretty good, not against this wall, so like when I was trying to go in here, it actually didn't work very well either. I tried to snare this guy, but unfortunately it doesn't land. She like E'd forward and had to immediately flash out, and then when I looked for this, it just didn't work. It's pretty unlucky. But for some reason, they do this weird dive afterwards where, like, Xin Zhao goes in and just dies, and then this guy goes in. I don't know, man. It was just really weird stuff. Hi, Elo, by the way. This whole entire time, Ahri's just getting platings mid, but for some reason, they messed up, and we got a bunch of stuff from that, which is great. And I think I even am the person who got the Rumble kill. So I have huge control of this game. Talking about win cons now. Neeko... Win con is basically through her ulti and through picking and through flanking. That's one of the best things she can ever do, because if you ever get into a flank position, your ulti basically will carry the entire team fight. Similar with Rumble ulti is a Rumble, if you fight inside of like the jungle or something, it can be massive for that. Leona obviously is a pick because she has super good engage. Ahri is obviously pick. You know, you have to think about it certain ways. Aatrox is winning through sustained team fight where he has like a good spot where he won't get CC'd and instantly die. Nidalee is obviously poke. Like, everybody has their own win cons. You just have to think about what your champion is good at. And Nidalee has range, right? But she also is good at picking as well if she gets fed. But I do Scuttle Crab here because I have nothing else to do. Going for the plating I thought was a little bit too risky. I'm pretty sure I didn't see Leona at the time. I obviously see her now. But taking Scuttle Crab isn't that bad as well. It does give you quite a bit of gold. You know, it's almost a plating. So what happens here is that after shoving mid, I do have a little bit of time. I mean, she's still going to continue shoving, but Leona went top. So that means that this guy's alone. Completely. So there's no chance anybody could be here, except for maybe Xin Zhao, because we did see him around the bot side. But even if I walk into Xin Zhao, it wouldn't matter. Because even if I walk into Xin Zhao, nothing will happen. I'm transforming to Nidalee right now. I don't know why. I just am. You can hide your spells inside of like transforming like your R, but this guy was trying to run away. I just immediately pop blossom and like proto belt at her. You can't block any of this, so you just die. I'm just too fast. I take Relentless Hunter if you want to look at my runes. It's Taste of Blood, Electrocute. I take Relentless Hunter. It actually feels really good on Neeko. You get to run around so fast, and movement speed is so important. So the next thing that was coming up was the dragon at this point. And that's actually what I was going for the bot play for. So the dragon is basically coming up. We just got a bot kill, so she has to run all the way back. She also has to catch bot wave. And we're in a pretty good situation where even though I used my ulti, we could probably do the dragon. This Nidalee walked into this and just immediately died. So now we actually can't do dragon anymore, which is pretty unfortunate because we don't have our Nidalee. So I figured, okay, we just won't go for the dragon. There's no point. I have no ulti. Even though I have flash, it's just not worth it. I thought that it was not just possible to fight here because Samira also respawned and she was probably rotating. These guys both went in. Also, I saw Rumble cutting across mid as well. So I just didn't want to bother. I guess these guys went for this guy, but they probably could have killed him if they went in a bit harder, but it's whatever. I went mid because I figured that they would not try to contest because I was backpinging so much, and I figured that we should not fight, especially with Rumble coming down, and I'm pretty sure Rumble had ulti. You can see that he used it there. So basically, Alistair went over the wall. Maybe we could have actually killed Xin Zhao there. I didn't know he, for some reason, was soloing it, which maybe was my fault. I was doing a different play. Anyways, both plays failed because we're doing two separate things. My team walks into the... It could have been a 4v5, honestly, if Ahri rotated. I also die mid to this guy because, for some reason, I just overextended a bit. I thought my teammates would be closer behind me. I popped my stopwatch here because I thought my teammates would rotate and save me, but they were actually already here dying. And yeah. So at this point, I was like, alright, I mean, it's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. We can still win, especially because I'm so fed, and basically one Neeko ulti can just carry the game. All I need to do is look for flanks still. So we will do that eventually. I rotate bot here because bot tower is gone, so there's no reason for my bot lane to go bot anymore. It's better for them to be inside of a shorter lane, which would be the mid lane, which is the only one that has tower left. So I just rotate bot because it's just better for our Jhin, who's pretty strong, to be inside that lane. I can shove out and just rotate, so I'm starting to shove out. I see Samira eventually rotate. Looked for her, missed, just backed off. She didn't step up or anything, so I just immediately rotate mid because we have bot shoved here. So I was thinking, alright, Samira's going to be bot lane. You know, we can start rotating mid, see if we can find a pick or something. We have numbers advantage because Samir obviously won't be here. So we'll be 4v5. Leona dismissed her ulti. I didn't see that at the time. I'm still rotating. But nothing really happens. Alistar walks in, but you can see everybody's really far away from this. So it was a really awkward fight, especially for me. Because, like, I knew that they were rotating, but not fast enough. So even though we got, like, decent stuff here, I looked for the ulti. I tried to use my thing forward, my proto belt, but I got Leona stunned, and then I got locked into animation, so I couldn't escape. And then I eventually die. So it was a pretty bad fight for us. Mostly because Alistar didn't really wait, and honestly, I should probably not be going in as well. I maybe should just let him die, even though we did get it was a like 1 for 3. And we did kill Samira. I still think it wasn't worth it. So yeah, this is probably around the time I stopped recording because the guy was just typing. It was just getting annoying. It's like, I'll just record a different video, but we eventually win the game in through pretty good means. Anyways, I go back to pushing bot because, you know, the chin. Already looked for that guy, but failed. It's fine. I go back to doing the same exact thing. Ahri's bot lane, so I'm like, okay, once again, we have numbers advantage here. Ahri's heading bot. It's 4v5. Or it's not 4v5 because Aatrox won't be here as well, but it's fine. Like, I'm super strong. If we get any pick on anybody without Ahri being there, it would be pretty good for us. Alistar is, like, kind of lagging behind, fortunately. I didn't really want to engage on the Leona. I just wanted to poke her. But this was kind of weird. Because as soon as I missed and then he used that, I was like, okay, I mean, I'll try to run forward a little bit. What happens is I somehow get caught out by that tiny Leona E. And I died because of it. So you can see the game is going pretty terribly. And that was with the Ahri not being there. As soon as we missed the E on Leona, which would have just been poke, we shouldn't be full engaging on Leona, we should just backed off. Obviously, I followed Alistar in where I shouldn't be. And yeah. Eventually, we get into a good flanking position, and that basically changes the entire game. Ahri's still shoving a bot. I'm actually down 2 levels right now. She's level 13 and I'm level 11. This is once again another awkward fight. In the last awkward fight of the game. Where, like, people just are not on the same page about doing things. This Rumble's in a really weird spot here, so we should just immediately engage on him. So that's what we do. We walk into the brush. He uses his thingy. That guy uses his flash to get out of my snare, and he escapes. The thing is, these guys are really far away. Like, and we're starting to engage where we probably shouldn't. So I try to go in, I pop my Blossom here, you know, and I am about to hit these 2 people. I get Xin Zhao ultied into the Rumble ulti, and now it's a terrible spot, and Rumble has a flank position. We should have just never went in here, because Rumble literally has this, like, inside window from this spot here. And Jhin is just completely out of the fight, basically. He's shooting his Xin Zhao with an ulti, it's not doing anything. Even if he lands it on other people, it won't do anything. So I just backed out after. Do I walk back in and die? No, right? Yeah. I saw Nidalee was doing some stuff, so I just backed off after. And then now is the point where we actually get to do things correctly, which is get a lot of good picks. So the next objective is obviously Baron. I start shoving out mid lane here because after the dragons, whatever. Samir is here. Alistar comes with me. I know me and Alistar have been not on the same page for most of it, but we know that we could probably get some people here. This time I'm the one who uses Pop Blossom here, immediately rotating into her. He gets a good knockup, and we're able to kill that guy basically instantly. And then we're able to, I think, also kill the Nidalee, or not Nidalee, but the Leona as well. So, we just got a good pick through them looking for vision control. Ahri shoved out mid. We were sitting inside this brush just waiting. Alistar was able to combo into my ulti, and we get really good damage off, and Baron has just spawned. So we immediately started to try to force them to fight us because it's only Zin's. It's a 3v5. Not only is it 3v5, but Rumble just uses ulti, which is extremely important. Rumble not having any ultimate means that he has to literally walk face first into all of us just to be able to do anything. I picked up some of these things here. I'm kind of waiting on the outskirts because honestly, letting Xin Zhao a way in would be kind of bad, and I should, I think, be waiting on the outskirts like this. We're looking here. Remember, Rumble has no flash because he used it inside the dragon fight. So I actually just look for Rumble here. As soon as the guy shows up here, we just combo this guy. Nidalee's doing her own thing on that guy, but we kill this Rumble. He's really fed, by the way. He has a death cap, right? So I get that. Get the shutdown. Xin Zhao goes in. Doesn't really matter. I just pop my Zhonya's just because I don't want to take more damage from this guy. He was about to knock me up and maybe chunk me to about half, but I didn't want it. And then we're able to successfully finish this Baron eventually. What happens is Ahri goes over the wall, uses her ultimate, gets that guy, and then ultis out. She only has one charge left, so eventually they will try to go back in, but they won't be able to do it here. They go back in. I'm just running, like, away because I knew that they were going to look inside this little corridor, so I was, like, running downward because I think that the Ahri is going to go for me. They, yeah, weren't able to. So right here, I'm sitting inside this brush, which I felt had no vision inside of it because they're probably still going to contest because it's so low. So these guys are going to step back up here. So what I do is that I use my ultimate here, use my W to make it so it's harder to see. She charms the wrong person, or I mean, charmed my W, I guess. And then I'm able to land this on this guy who has no flash and no ulti because she just used it. I don't have any mana, but that's fine. I just look for auto attacks. So just auto attacking with my passive. We eventually kill that guy, and then we get the Baron, which eventually will turn the game. And then we get really good ultimates from then onward. So this guy's TPing, we just back off. I go up here and stuff, but you can see how one pick really can change the entire game, and how basically doing one single thing can really change a game, even inside of a game where it feels like it's a little bit doomed and a little bit frustrating to play. Which was just this whole entire fight mid snowballed into this, and then put them into scenarios where they were doing the incorrect thing. And now that we have a bit of a lead, and I get, I think, a better item, it becomes massive. Is that me? No, that's me. I was looking for Rumble here. So basically what's going to happen now is that I know that I am extremely good. I can one-shot anyone if I catch them out. Maybe not Leona, but Leona's dead. My team's all shoving mid, and Rumble just pushed top. So he's around here somewhere, and there's no way you would reset. What normally happens is people will look for flank plays after they shove out a wave, because then they can cut through and look for a way around back behind them. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for him. So I ward that brush because I don't want to face check him, obviously. I see Rumble just barely right here. So he's going this path. So he's going to go around here and probably loop around here. So what I do is I immediately rotate to over here, and I'm looking for this Rumble because I know that I can one-shot him. I actually hear this because Riot Games, for some reason, allows me to listen and hear Rumble harpoons. So I'm just chilling here waiting for him. And then what happens is my team's just shoving, and I know that this guy's probably going to rotate through here to get to my team. So we're going to pick him because I know I can 100-0 him. So right here, we see him, he's rotating this way, and then immediately cuts the other way. But right here, what I did was I used my pop lesson because I thought he was going to go, and I actually landed my E inside of this brush, and then proto-belted forward, and then just Q because I know that he's still there, and then we get a free kill on him. Which is huge, because now it's 4v5 for another 50 seconds, plus we have Baron buff. And you know that if you have Baron buff, plus you just killed an important member of the team, you can basically take a lot of stuff. So that was a humongous kill for us, by just reading his pathing and knowing what my champion can do versus his, especially if I have, like, the first hit on him. So Rumble's just back pinging, I guess, his team. I don't know that, obviously, because when I'm in game, that isn't something I can hear. And we're able to take this inhib eventually, and then we just back off. So I'll just speed it up a bit. Nothing really happens, right? Rumble was dead, so they're not going to fight us. So the next thing that happens is that I'm probably going to look for a flank play. I do have my flash here, which is extremely important. If I land my flash play, it's going to be huge. So what happens now is that they want to fight the dragon, and I know that they're going to get mid priority. And if you ever have played Neeko before, or an engaged champion, it's not very easy to just run at them and just engage. They sometimes have CC, they sometimes have things that knock you back. they sometimes will just back off when you're stepping at them. So I wanted to go for a flank play because flank plays are disgustingly good on Nico. So what I do is I rotate all the way around. I hit that blast cone first, and I'm showing myself as Alistair. So I rotate all the way around here. And I figure that they have no vision control. What, did they have vision control? No. So they have no idea where I'm at. Because putting vision control down here is unlikely. Very unlikely. They're like doing some like fighting around here, some skirmishing. Luckily my team did not immediately die. And I'm just rotating around. They have no idea where I'm at. I'm going to rotate around this side. And it's a bit unfortunate that these guys weren't inside this rush as well. But you'll see what happens. We'll just slow it down to normal speed now. So they're just trying to engage. I just ping that I'm on the way, and then I just pop Blossom right here. These guys are here. She tried to get out, wasn't fast enough, and just instantly kill both of them. So basically we just won the fight, right? Because they just both instantly died. Through one good flank play, where they never saw it coming. So we played to our champion strengths. Fortunately my team didn't all die there. We killed them all, and basically that's the entire game. This guy's just chilling inside the brush. Maybe he's typing to his team or something. Who knows? But yeah. So, hopefully you guys learned something from watching this video. This game, we threw a few times, but eventually we were able to get a good pick off, and then from there play to our champion strengths. This was basically Grandmaster tier. I'm around 300 LP on this count. The damage charts are kind of funny. I have the most damage, and their whole entire team outdamages me by far. The damage chart looks like we should have lost. But damage charts don't really matter. Everybody thinks damage charts are more important than they actually are. Oh, do I actually have to exit? I was hoping that it would show. So, here is the damage chart. This is the game. And that's what the damage chart looks like. So you can see that Rumble did a lot. These guys are actually pretty close to my damage as well. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.